My name is Brandon Hathaway. I'm the preacher here at the Westside Church of Christ in Owensboro, Kentucky. I want to thank you for joining me today as we open up the Bible and study the Word of God. Today we're in Judges chapter 16. Judges chapter 16. Going to look at verses 23 and 24. If you're not sure what's going on in this chapter, again, I encourage that you read it. But we're continuing to talk about Samson. We've had a chapter on Samson, of course, being dedicated, angel speaking to his parents saying he's going to come. He used to be a Nazarite, no alcohol, no shaving his head, designated to God to serve the Lord. He end up killing a lion and end up having a good riddle. Married a woman, but she was given away, killed. Then you get the fields on fire, and so much that taken place. And so here in chapter 16, probably the more known part about Samson, besides the part where he killed a bunch of men with the jawbone of a donkey, is Samson and Delilah, right? He falls in love with another woman, and within that, she like his last wife, is approached by her people to find out how to overcome Samson. And so 3 times does he give her the wrong answer, on what would take his strength away. Then he finally does tell her if she shaves his head. And so he loses his power and the Philistines take him. And we're going to read the Philistines' response here. In verse 23, it says, "Now the lords of the Philistines assembled to offer great sacrifice to Dagon, their god, and to rejoice, for they said, 'Our God has given Samson, our enemy, into our hands.' When the people saw him, they praised their God, for they said, 'Our God has given our enemy into our hands, even the destroyer of our country, who has slain many of us.'" And so when you look at this and we question, why did Samson get taken? Who's the one that delivered him into their hands, right? The world will take a situation like this and other things to verify their faith, verify their belief, to verify their God. Right here, it's this situation is their God. They're saying their God is the one that has delivered Samson into their hands. But what really caused Samson to go into their hands? It was Samson kind of on his doing, but also not fully on his doing, right? He gave in, right? He told others that of which could not be trusted, of where his source came, and therefore disobedience to God is what had taken place. Though, yes, the source is here, but the source is from God, right? That's the key point. The source is from God. And when we disobey God, that's when the bad thing happened, right? When we disobey God, that's when we start to have trouble in our lives, or rather, Satan may try to reward you worldly rather than from what God would reward you with. And so when we take time to think about it, people will try to use circumstances to praise others. When it comes down to it, it's whether or not we're obedient to God or not, to the one true God. And so we need to be faithful to him and obey obey him so that we can continue to receive his blessings. I want to thank you for joining me. Hope everybody has a blessed day. Lord's willing,